I'm ELD. Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Mass. Here, I'm actually on camera this time playing Eureka Tell versus Nick on an unknown list. He's firing off a Hymn to Turok, a card that is devastating versus Show and Tell combos, hitting both a Show and Tell and a Eureka. Going to need to find one of those cards in order to get back into this game. Lotus Petal has been deployed. Early 3 mana for Show and Tell is available. Oh, and Delver reveals a Force of Will. Swinging for 3, and the clock is ticking here. Delver will wrap this game up in short order, and also going to need to get past a Force of Will. This is going very poorly for Eureka Tell so far. That Hymn to Turok, a devastating blow, and actually a good reason to play Eureka Tell over some of the other sneak attack based strategies, is that you get to run Veil of Summer, a card that can potentially prevent that type of blowout, but it was nowhere to be found when it was needed. We'll see if it comes up later. 4 damage here, that other Delver not flipping. We do see some bricks in Nick's hand there. Fatal Push, Abrupt Decay. I believe that's Abrupt Decay. That might actually be a reasonable thing to fire off at that Lotus Petal, just to try a little bit of mana denial. Lotus Petal is only usable once. Nick making a land drop here. Oh, and Oko. Will he elk the Lotus Petal? The food's not particularly useful in this matchup. If I'm going to kill you, can actually do infinite damage most of the time. And going to Veil of Summer in response just to cantrip. Ugh, this is not a good spot at all. Nick going to be able to attack for at least 6 on his turn. He can actually elk his own Delver if need be. Ponder. Looks like Ponder's keeping those cards. Tropical Island. Oh, and Force of Negation. Holy cow. This is a disaster. Delver's just delivering the bad news. A Force of Will and a Force of Negation to get through. One more turn and it is over. Ancient Tomb comes down. Show and Tell. We have a hard cast Force of Negation. Force of Will back. Force back from Nick. And Ancient Tomb tapping to take out those last 2 points of life. Uncomfortably close there at the end, but no real danger for Nick, as his Delvers really closed the window of opportunity for Eureka Tell before was able to get a chance to recoup from that Hymn to Turok. Kind of exactly how you draw it up there for a bug Delver strategy. Oko, a new addition. Right now, a little bit of a race to find the builds that best make use of Oko. Actually, a card I'm considering playing a couple of copies of in Eureka Tell. Haven't actually sleeved him up in that yet, but it is a consideration. He fills a similar role to Cunning Wish when you're using it for answers. Potentially even more efficient. And if ever there was a deck that really didn't care very much about your opponent having a 3/3, Show and Tell strategies would be at the top of that list. I think a couple of copies of Oko may actually be worth testing out. Only thing you can really complain about with him is he doesn't actually draw cards. If he was able to cantrip like a Jace the Mind Sculptor, my goodness. He's already busted enough. Let's not even entertain the thought. Looked like a Submerge may have been thrown in there from the sideboard. Yeah, probably Probably wouldn't bring that in. I didn't see everything he took out. I mean, it is blue. It pitches to Force. I guess it's probably better than Abrupt Decay. Abrupt Decay really only hits Lotus Petal. Or possible sideboard cards, things like Xantid Swarm. Boseiju coming down. That gets wastelanded. Lotus Petal. Tropical Island wastelanded. That Lotus Petal played out again despite getting Oko'd last game. It does represent Veil of Summer. Another Lotus Petal. They are safer from discard effects while in play, but they are potentially vulnerable to the Planeswalker if he comes up. Ancient Tomb, and there's all the mana in the world here for Eureka Tell. Despite being wastelanded twice, a Goyf comes down. And an end of turn Impulse. Sees a Force of Will. A couple of other blue cards. This Goyf, 3/4. Ancient Tomb and City of Traders. Incredibly powerful cards in Legacy for those who haven't got a chance to sleeve them up. There's a variety of strategies that make good use of them. The Show and Tell decks, Chalice of the Void decks as well. Even Soldier Stompy. If you need lots of colorless mana, you got tons of options in Legacy. You actually go over the top of that with Cloud Post and Glimmer Post, or even Urzatron, which is rarely played in the format, but would never count it out. Intuition, end of turn now. And here, functioning like an instant speed Demonic Tutor. Intuition can go get 3 of really any cards that you want. The other person gets to pick one of them to go into your hand. It looks like Omniscience actually being grabbed here. A little surprising. Extra counter backup, Veil of Summer, Show and Tell, a lot of things. Much more common than getting the Omniscience. We have a Show and Tell being played. Respond with a Veil of Summer. Lotus Petal being cracked and a Veil of Summer in response. Force of Negation. And we are stacking this up. What a complicated stack. Starting out here, we've got a Sneak Attack, or sorry, a Show and Tell on the stack. A couple of Veil of Summers looking to make things uncounterable. Both of us have played blue cards, so when Veil of Summer resolves, there will be some card and another Veil of Summer. Submerge, Baleful Strix, and Crop Rotation. None of those are going to help. So we got a Veil of Summer drawing a card. A Force of Negation is not going to resolve, is going to resolve and do nothing as the spell can't be countered. Another Veil of Summer draws a card, and the final Veil of Summer. We've got a Omniscience. I'm not sure if a card drawer was missed in there, but we've got a Cunning Wish, and that should do it. Almost anything will do here with the Cunning Wish. Eladmary's Call. Firemind's Foresight. That's going to get a 1, 2, and 3 casting cost card. Now the Impulse has already been used, so this will pretty much just get a Brainstorm and a Cunning Wish most of the time, and that's exactly what it does. Typically you get the Impulse as well, letting you Impulse, then Brainstorm, putting the highest casting cost card back on top of the library. Ponder. No good. Getting a Shuffle there. A Brainstorm. There's an Emrakul, and Emrakul himself would probably be good enough at this point. There's already a Cunning Wish in hand. Emrakul's going to get an extra turn. And Submerge cannot touch him. There's the Gristlebrand as well. So there's the lethal damage. The Annihilator trigger would actually clear the way of that Baleful Strix. Strix can actually be a problem versus Emrakul. When you've got enough permanents, you can keep the Owl around, and he will trade with the Eldrazi Titan as long as you've sacrificed 6 permanents. But there, Nick would not have the necessary amount. Would have completely cleared his board and his life total shortly thereafter, swinging with both Gristlebrand and Emrakul going into game number 3. Feels like a very tough matchup for Eureka Tell. Game number 1, that discard really setting the pace for the game. Eureka Tell playing from behind the entire time. They're not really much in the way of pressure. The Tarmogoyf really most welcome after you've already disrupted their hand a little bit, screwed with their game plan in some way. And is that a triple Wasteland hand? Triple Wasteland, Thoughtseize, and a Force of Will. Whew. On the other side here, pretty solid looking. A little soft to Wasteland given that there's only 1 land, but that'll fetch a basic. Probably need to find some more. Intuition being grabbed. So some cantrips along with a fetch land, so going to be able to get a basic island. Opting not to do so on the first turn. Perhaps that means that card was Veil of Summer? Ancient Tomb. Wasteland. Taking out the tomb. Now another Misty Rainforest. And we've got some cantrips happening. Perhaps keeping Veil of Summer up, perhaps just bluffing it. Keeping one, drawing it, the other one getting Scryed to the bottom, Preordain. Brainstorm and Ponder allow for very skill-intensive matchups. And disagreement amongst high-level players as well. A lot of judgment calls need to be made with those cantrips about how dire the situation actually is. Can you afford to durdle around when you see another cantrip on top? Oh, and here we go. Fireworks happening here. We've got a show and tell being played. Force of Will pitching Force. Veil of Summer, Daze. And Nick in tremendous shape now, wastelanding the City of Traders. The blue-red versions of Sneak and Show now running a Daze in some lists just to consolidate the gameplay into those first few turns. Really not looking to go late when you've got that type of card in your deck. Another Wasteland. A pair of Goyfs now. Ponder. Nick dicking. All he needs to do is hold on for a few turns here. Goyfs both swing. Down to 9. Baleful Strix. Potentially dead here. And here's a show and tell. Nothing to come in off of it on Nick's side. A Gristlebrand. And 2 damage off of that Ancient Tomb means 7 life. Griselbrand not going to be able to draw here. Boy, that Submerge would look brilliant right now if he had it. Another Goyf. I don't think he can really allow me to gain the life by swinging. Baleful Strix trading with the Griselbrand, going up to 14. Another Griselbrand comes down. There can be 7 cards drawn here. And an Emrakul. That Baleful Strix has been cleared. And that is going to do it. So, unbelievable there. Looked like Nick was going to get there. And another show and tell. Just doing busted things here in Legacy. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.